up, everyone? Mark Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. Let's talk about fat loss. I've made a few posts on Twitter. They're not tweets anymore, and it's not Twitter anymore. It's called X. And as we look into what makes people healthy, a lot of people like to say this diet's healthy, that diet's healthy, this is healthy, that is healthy, this is unhealthy. When you look at the data and look what science is overwhelmingly suggesting is the fact, that it's not necessarily the diet, it's the actual weight loss that is what's making people healthy. That's improving their cholesterol, that's improving their blood pressure, that's decreasing their risk of dying or their morbidity risk. So as we look into this, we think, wow, well, with that being said, Mr. Lobliner, Coach Mark, what are the best foods for fat loss? And most answers that are correct are whatever foods can help you stay in a hypocaloric state, meaning eating less calories than you burn, right? So you're in a caloric deficit, and how you can maintain that. So as we look into the best foods, we're going to look into foods that help preserve muscle, so we need adequate protein, right? We're going to look into foods that increase satiation, so fiber is a great thing. And we're going to look into food that deliver nutrients that help keep you healthy. Because if you're healthy, you're more likely to be able to exercise. And if you exercise, you're more likely to be able to burn calories and lose more weight. And also, I found that when you eat nutritious, healthy foods and your body's not depleted of any vitamins or minerals or nutrients, and we could take all the multivitamins and minerals in the world, and I do, and I recommend them, just cover those bases, that you're not as hungry because your body's not sensing that it needs something, so it's craving something. When my wife was pregnant, my good friend Chuck Rudolph, he had a lot of experience in natal nutrition or prenatal nutrition, and I remember asking him, like, my wife's been craving like burritos, like fast food burritos, Del Taco, Taco Bell. Like, what should I do? He's like, give her the burrito. Her body is probably craving an ingredient in that burrito that is helping her sustain and thrive throughout this pregnancy. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. Like, if you're thirsty, you crave water, right? It's one of those things. And so your body has this unique way of telling you, hey, I need some stuff. So when you're not giving your body the proper nutrition, it only makes sense that it's going to crave things that'll give you that nutrition. But your body also looks at food for the response you get. That feeling when you eat something that brings back a memory of homemade mac and cheese, or fried chicken, or in my case, some pierogies, things like that. Like, it brings you back some guamkis, that, like, you're just like, it brings back these memories of just good times, family gathering. There's so much emotion involved in food. So as I look at what to eat while dieting, the best foods for fat loss, it is generally going to be foods that are going to have less calories and more nutrient density, however, less caloric density. So I look at nutrient density, what do I think? Well, I want to have a good amount of protein, right? I want to have a good amount of protein in these foods, and I want to have less fat. Now, unless you're doing a ketogenic diet, which is a whole different ball game, this video is more pertaining to people who want to eat using a balanced diet. And we'll address keto later. So a balanced diet would be a diet containing all three macronutrients: protein, carbohydrate, and fat. So for protein, I'm going to look for lean sources of protein. Why? Because there's a whole hell of a lot of more calories in a ribeye than there is a sirloin. A sirloin steak in some cases is leaner than chicken breast. However, ribeyes, one steak can be more than 1,000 calories. So if you're on a diet that isn't believing in the voodoo magic of not eating carbohydrate, somehow defying the laws of thermodynamics. Now, if you are aiming to measure your macros, you get more bang for your buck with lean meats. The Outright Bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments, and also I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your Outright Bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the Outright Bar when and where you need it. What I love to do, I'm tired of chicken breast. I cook it on the Traeger and I season it, it's okay. But all these years of eating chicken breast, I love ground turkey. You get it at Aldi for dirt cheap. Costco has it for real cheap. Very lean. If you want it even leaner while you're cooking it in the skillet, you drain it, you put some Italian seasoning on it, it is good to go. I love lean turkey. I love lean ground beef. Grass-fed beef is beautiful. You get lean grass-fed beef. You even get that at Aldi as well. I love Aldi. For those of you who don't shop at Aldi, you should. It's a very inexpensive way to buy your groceries and get really healthy, high-quality foods. Costco, same thing. Those are two things I shop at most. I also shop at Trader Joe's. Very rarely do I go to a grocery store for my meats. I find that it's overpriced, and I find that the meat's not as good a quality. So, turkey, ground beef. Those are my two favorite things. My daughter eats a lot of egg whites. She also throws whole eggs in there. We do have chicken breast. We do. Occasionally you can have a fattier cut of meat. Maybe it's just a fattier cut of meat. Maybe it's a burger patty, whatever it is. You can have that fattier cut of meat. Just make sure it fits your macros. But I'm saying lean protein sources. You also have to throw whey protein in the mix. I have probably two or three of my meals a day is MTS whey or ambrosia planta. Lately, it's been a lot of MTS whey. I've been really liking. For some reason, I've just been craving it. I don't know what it is. And so I did have a lot of planta in my contest prep. I own both those companies, full disclosure. It'll be like, have you tried this? No, screw that. I make these. These are mine. So I've been doing a lot of the cookies and cream MTS whey, a lot of it. And I'm absolutely in love with it. So that's a source too, because it's mostly protein, very little carbs, very little fat. Planta, if you get the banana maple French toast, you're looking at 20 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, and 1 gram of fat. It's crazy macros. So there's an option. Carbohydrate is where it gets weird. That's where people start fighting. Whole different video, but I like nutrient density. I love fruits. Well, what about the liver glycogen? Well, that's a good thing because it goes to your liver, but then your body kind of gives it to your body. So fruit is fine. Sugar is fine. Sugar from fruit and let's say honey, like in the Outright bars, totally different from just taking the white sugar and just shoveling in your mouth or eating sugar cubes. So you're looking at a natural form of sugar. I'm a big fan of fructose. I'm a big fan of glucose. I'm a big fan of all that stuff, but you have to look at the source. I'm not telling you to dine on Lucky Charms all day, but I am saying that if you have a little bit of sugar, a little bit of seed oil, a little bit of palm oil, a little bit of that, it's not going to hurt you. If you drink a gallon of seed oil and drink a gallon of liquidized high fructose corn syrup a day, yes, that's a problem. But if you have 2 to 3 grams in your food, there's no data that shows that that's going to be bad for you. I'm sorry, just not. So what I love for carbs, a lot of times when I'm on the road or whatever, I'll have 2 scoops of MTS whey and an Outright bar for a snack. Gives me my carbs, gives me my fat. Sometimes I'll have, if I'm lower fat, if I'm prepping, which I don't anymore, I'm done competing, I used to have MTS whey and a rice cake. Now, people have trouble sometimes because their blood sugar will go up and down because they need more fat in their diet. That's where you have something like an Outright bar, or you have a carb that is slower digesting, like honey, right? Like sweet potato, like oatmeal. So basically, the more complex carbohydrate will help you. Will that help you with blood sugar issues? Absolutely. Will it make you lose fat faster? Only if it forces you to eat less or train more. At the end of the day, the calories are what matters. What matters is how many calories you're taking in. Okay, so with that being said, carbohydrate sources, look for micronutrient density. Look for sweet potatoes. Look for fruits. Look for vegetables. However, if you're someone like me who needs carbohydrate and has trouble digesting a lot of food, what I like to do, white rice is basically just carbohydrate. There's nothing else in it. It's just carbs. What I do is you go to Costco, you buy the bone broth. It's in a big box, or Aldi has it as well. Buy bone broth. And instead of water, it's 2 cups of rice to 1 box or 4 cups of bone broth. You cook the rice in the bone broth and you get all these extra added vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff, and 9 extra grams of protein per serving. So it's low quality protein, but they say it's good for your joints and stuff, the collagen research, whatever. All I know is it tastes a lot better too. So fat. What do we want to do with fat? Now, I'm one of those weird guys who believes that cholesterol is a problem. I believe we should aim for normalized cholesterol. No, I'm not a carnivore guy. I do think the data is over. Now there's APOP and all that stuff that you got to test for, ApoB, whatever. You got to test for that, right? But I still think we should want our HDL to be good and our LDL to be good too. With that being said, I like to focus on what are the heart healthy fats? Monounsaturated fats. I supplement with fish oil every single night. Okay. I use MTS Nutrition fish oil. I take 5 of them. So I take that every single day. That's 3 grams of combined EPA, DHA, brain health, heart health, all that stuff. We could debate the heart health on fish oil all day long. Just take it. It's not bad for you. Right. Now, for fats, I like things like peanut butter, like almond butter, like olive oil. I like those healthy monounsaturated fats. Now, there's nothing wrong with polyunsaturates. There's nothing wrong with saturated fat. And when you're looking at the amount of fat, what I prefer, what I like getting about 30% of my fat from saturated fat, which you'll get just by eating meat and stuff like that. That'll come. But I like to focus on monounsaturates, and I like to focus on the omega-3s, the healthy fats. Those are what I focus on. Now, am I 100% accurate in getting just from that? No, I'm not, but that doesn't matter. You can't microanalyze everything you do. At the end of the day, we have to live life. If you have a chance to go to Ground, which is a beautiful burger place here in Franklin, or Five Guys, wherever your favorite burger place is, Burger Republic's one I love. Look, man, go out, eat. Don't worry about every little thing. But 80 to 90% of your diet, make these wise choices. So usually I recommend, if you like putting oil on stuff, I don't. Olive oil, macadamia nut oil, those are great. Even coconut oil here and there for the MCTs in there. I'm not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. It's a saturated fat, but it's not a bad saturated fat. So I'm sending out a newsletter multiple times a week, or even every day. It's going to have deals. It's going to have articles. It's going to have exclusive stuff from me. The algorithm has not been good to me on YouTube, on Instagram. I don't know why. Maybe it's something I said. But anyway, go to marklobo.com. It pops up. Put your email in there. That's all you have to do. You get all that stuff for free. Okay? I like peanut butter. I love almond butter. I love nuts. I love cashews. I love these nuts. All nuts. Nuts are fine. Just don't go overboard because the calories add up. So in summation, at the end of the day, the amount of food you take in is more important than what you eat. However, I will say that it has been shown that blood sugar can be regulated, which will lead to less cravings, and also that you'll be able to have more regular bowel movements and you'll feel more satiated if your diet contains higher fiber. Where do you get fiber? Well, you can eat more fibrous foods, like instead of cream of rice, eat oatmeal, right? Instead of white rice, eat sweet potatoes or potatoes, things like that. Eat more fruit, eat bananas. Those have a couple grams of fiber. Don't overdo the fiber. And another thing, if your appetite's an issue, we have a product from Ambrosia called No Morbidity. No Morbidity, throw all that other Ozempic and stuff down the trash. Too many side effects. No Morbidity has 4 scientifically validated ingredients in human studies that'll help you reach your goals and help, kill that appetite. Because at the end of the day, what are we looking at? Less food. The reason we're so damn fat is because we eat too much damn food. So it's not the kind of food you eat. It's been shown over and over again in studies that the food quantity is the issue, not the food quality. But what happens is if you eat more foods that fill you up more, that have less density, that are less calorically dense, let's say a Twinkie versus spinach, right? It fills you up and there's less calories. That's why we point to these foods. But if you have self-control, which a lot of people don't, then you could throw in a donut here, a Pop-Tart there, a pastry there. The problem is most people can't. Why? Because I can get 500 calories from one donut, but 500 calories is my typical meal. That's a big ass bowl of ground turkey and rice. Like, you can go a long way, or you could cut down and do cauliflower rice. That just went down to 300 calories. So that's what you have to look for. Look for nutrient density, look for caloric density, pick foods you like, but foods that also you're less likely to overeat, and foods that also fill you up more. And of course, try no morbidity. It really fucking works. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully that helped you. Please comment down below, what are your best strategies for losing weight? Hopefully that helps people. Be sure to shop at tigerfitness.com. We have the best products, the best people, and we're fast. With 2 locations, one in Ohio and one in Nevada, we get to your doorstep normally in 1 to 2 days for free shipping over $99. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That's not a game. I used to have to go through dozens of bottles of vitamins, of supplements, just to get what I need. Look, I'm busy. I'm running multiple businesses. I'm coaching. I'm a professional bodybuilder getting ready for my first pro show. I don't have time to sit there and do all that. I gotta go. I'm on the go all the time. That is why I created MTS Nutrition Immortal. Here's how they look. This replaces dozens of bottles of supplements. And let me tell you exactly what this has. It has probiotics, greens, liver detox, joint support, cardiovascular support, and the most complete multivitamin, multi-mineral supplement ever created. If you have a busy life, or you simply want more time to do the things you love and be able to travel by just taking one simple little pack with you, Immortal's for you.